Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is an event being organized by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. It's the launch of the Ghana Corruption League Table. Deputy Attorney General, Honorable Alfred Yeboah, Executive Director of Eoco, Ms. Tiwa, the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin, and his Deputy, Your Excellencies, members from the anti-corruption industry, the media, thank you so much for honoring this invitation. Without much ado, I would like to introduce the convener of this event for him to tell us why we are here and what change the Ghana Corruption League Table will bring to the fight against corruption. So without much ado, please may we welcome to the podium the Special Prosecutor of Ghana, Kisi Ejabin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Deputy Attorney General, my big brother, he was a year ahead of me at Lego and at Makola. Should I say some of the things we used to do? Honorable Alfred Yeboah, the Deputy Special Prosecutor, Honorable Cynthia, it's a very long name, but I'll shorten it. Cynthia Lamte, Executive Director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Honorable Tiwa Damkwa, members of the Diplomatic Corps and Missions, Your Excellencies, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the media. On 5th August 2021, upon being sworn in as the second Special Prosecutor, I remarked that we were confronted with two pandemics, the first being that icy death virus, and the second being corruption. It appears that both maladies have every intention of staying with us unless we take action. On 22 July 2021, during my approval process before Parliament, I declared my resolve to render corruption a costly adventure on all accounts. I intimated that as part of the charge given to the Office of the Special Prosecutor to take steps to prevent corruption under Section 2C of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, I would institute a corruption league table intended to drive down corruption in the public sector. Today marks the commencement of the realization of that vision. The project, which we have christened the Ghana Corruption League Table, is akin to a combination of the Corruption Perception Index of Transparency International and the scorecards of Afrobarometer. It is a research-based model designed to assess real and perceived levels of public sector corruption. In aid of this, public sector agencies will be ranked against each other on a corruption barometer, and the results will be published annually on International Anti-Corruption Day. The results will form the basis for enhanced pragmatic suppression and repression of corruption in the public sector. To this end, and as required by Regulations 31(2) of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Operations Regulations 2018 LI 2374, the project will identify the causes that advance corruption in the public sector, including deficiencies in regulations and procedures, deficiencies in administration of instructions, including lack of internal control mechanisms, individual interests, including greed, lack of ethicalness and legal awareness, and external influences, including public attitude, culture, and traditions, to facilitate the prevention of corruption. Further, all public institutions, departments, agencies, and companies will be required to prepare and submit integrity plans intended at assessing deficiencies in their regulations, procedures, policies, guidelines, administration instructions, and internal control mechanisms to determine their vulnerability and exposure to corrupt practices, and the prescription of curative measures to manage such susceptibility to corruption and corruption-related offenses. We at the OSP recognize that there are various corruption rankings, scorings, and surveys being carried out. However, it comes down to the nature of the information gathered and the use to which such information is put. In some, we will be documenting corruption. We will be measuring corruption. We will be ascertaining the breeding of corruption. We will be naming and shaming peddlers of corruption. We will be examining the impact of anti-corruption initiatives and taking curative and remedial measures to crack down corruption through prosecutions and asset recovery and management. And on this note, my main partner on asset recovery and management is seated right here, is the Executive Director of Eoco. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to move beyond the composite annual ranking of countries on a corruption drop list to our own local narrative and fashion and retool our reformation by prodding our public sector into real and concrete action against corruption and corruption practices. On this call, our strategic partners on the project are Ghana Integrity Initiative, the GII, and the Afro-Barometer Directorate of the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, two institutions that have matchless reputations in the field. It is my honor to present to the Republic of Ghana the Ghana Corruption League Table. God bless us all. God bless Ghana.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ejabin, the Special Prosecutor. It's now time for a presentation by the Ghana Anti-Corruption League Table Technical Committee. And to do us the honors will be Dr. Edem Salome. She's the Director of Research at CDD and core partner at Afro-Barometer. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Dr. Salome.
Good morning. I wish I could say that I was a makulatu, but I wasn't. The Deputy Attorney General, the Special Prosecutor and Deputy, the Executive Director of Eoco, development partners, heads of representatives of civil society, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. The relationship between public sector and civil society organizations for a long time in this country has sometimes been characterized by suspicion and rancor. However, in the last few years, we have seen significant appreciation and recognition that the national interest supersedes sectoral interests. Thus, working relationships and collaboration are beginning to emerge. It is therefore in the spirit of collaborating to build a resilient Ghana with robust integrity systems that the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD, which I represent, and the Ghana Integrity Initiatives, GII, have committed to offering technical support to the Office of Special Prosecutor, OSP, to actualize the office's preventive initiative called the Ghana Corruption League Table, GCLT. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, many of you may be wondering why the two organizations. The OSP has aptly described us, but I just want to say that the answer is quite simple. CDD Ghana and GRI have the experience of technical know-how to deliver the GCLT as envisioned by the OSP. For a decade or more, GRI has published the Corruption Perception Index, CPI, which is a measure of the public sector corruption as informed by businesses and experts on corruption in their respective countries. They've also published what we call the Global Corruption Barometer, which is a GCB. CDD Ghana, on the other hand, has established a track record of conducting surveys, including its flagship Afrobarometer surveys, which has modules for assessing the perception of corruption in Ghana. In addition, CDD Ghana, through its I Am Aware project, partnered with UNICEF to compile what we call the first ever district league table in Ghana, which has now become a very popular governance and service delivery tool that galvanizes districts to compete towards reducing vulnerabilities of their inhabitants at the local level. The DLT has also engendered a rethinking around resource generation and allocation of at the national level. CDD has also initiated what we call the Corruption Watch Project, which is a partnership with GRI, the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, the Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ACILA, and the Multimedia Group to highlight issues and cases of corruption and advocate for reforms through the project. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the other question is what makes the GCLT different from other corruption rankings? The difference between the GCLT and other rankings rankings and indexes lies in the processes, the methodology, and the purpose of the league table. First, the processes. Other rankings collect data on perception of corruption from their respective sources and rank the responses. The GCLT, however, would use specially designed instruments to collect data on perception and actual experiences of corruption and undertake gap analysis of institutional frameworks that would lead to recommendation on how to deal with vulnerabilities and exposures to corruption at the institutions that we cover. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose. The purpose of the GCLT is to promote policy reforms like all other rankings. However, while other rankings undertake what we call the global or regional scoring of corruption, the purpose of the GCLT is to score local institutions and produce a league table of the most corrupt, I will say that again, of the most corrupt to the least corrupt institution. So it's going to be like a football league. The GCLT will also make specific recommendations for institutional reforms. So I'll end with our pledge from the team, the technical team. The technical team is fully committed to working with the OSP to ensure the success of the first ever Ghana Corruption League table. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salome. Let me specifically acknowledge the presence of the Canadian High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Kathy Shaba. Thank you. All right. It's now time to introduce the Attorney General of Ghana. He's being represented by his deputy, Honorable Tia Yeboah. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome him. So, Honorable, I'm told your duty is to formally launch the GCLT.
Exactly. I will do so exactly. I was at a program somewhere last month and I said, I'm a civilian, but I have military blood in me. And if I'm called upon to do anything at any time, you know what happens at the Rwanda, even at midnight, when you're even called, sharp, you're able to perform. So don't worry, I'll do that. My brother, the special prosecutor, is someone that I can say is very much qualified for his job, and I've known him for a very long time, an intelligent chap, Mr. Kisi Ajabin. And the deputy, my sister, the executive director of Eoco. Your name, when they were mentioned, decided to leave others, but I will try. Mami Tiwa Adodankwa, Mrs. The distinguished members from diplomatic corps, especially I've heard about the ambassador from Canada to Ghana. Members of the diplomatic corps present here, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate the invitation extended to us to be part of this event. I would like to apologize on behalf of my minister, who would have wished to be here, but due to exigencies of work, could not attend and has given me the mantle to be here today to fulfill this kind of obligation. Please be assured of our commitment of the highest esteem to building bonds of solidarity between us. Let me take this opportunity to commend the special prosecutor for the flagship program to help fight corruption. Distinguished guests, corruption is described by the United Nations Convention on Corruption as an insidious plague that has a wide range of corrosive effect on societies. We all gathered here are not oblivious of the costs associated with corruption. Not only does it retard the growth of the nation's economy, but robs the hope of the people. Several institutions have developed corruption-related criteria on which they rank countries. By far, the most famous index of this sort is the Corruption Perception Index, published yearly by Transparency International. This index aims to measure what people think about corruption, and it's not presented by TI as true facts about the actual levels of corruption. The CPI is an index of indices. It's composed from a number of different sources that provide relevant ranking of countries. The World Bank has constructed a similar index, which is part of its efforts to estimate the quality of governance. The main objectives behind the indices are to raise awareness, enable statistical research to understand and better confront the problem, and to encourage governments in their anti-corruption fights. I believe that the Ghana Corruption League table, which is also another index to be constructed by the Office of Special Prosecutor, will be used as an important gauge by the public sector in managing corruption risk while conducting businesses. It will prompt the agencies to review their compliance programs, identify any compliance risk that may be previously undetected, and make adjustments accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, drawing lessons from a compendium of case studies from around the world, no government can fight corruption without the involvement of the citizens. Corruption should be fought vigorously by all citizens. The fight against corruption should not be left in the hands of the government alone. You and I have a role to play. My best wishes for a successful launch. I look forward to a fruitful partnership between the OSP and the Office of the Attorney General. I now have the singular honor to declare the Ghana Corruption League table duly launched. God bless us all. God bless our homeland Ghana and make it great and strong. Thank you very much.
It's like a child being born, so we can do it better. We can do it better. Thank you. That reminds me of a joke. There was this lady. She was with her husband, and they were at a play. She was trying to reverse. So in the house, she was reversing. Then, no, she said that she wanted to reverse back. That's what she said. So the husband said that, no, we don't say reverse back because it's tautology. You either say reverse and leave the rest. So one evening, they were in their room, and then the husband said that, no, the wife wanted the husband to sort of do something for her at her back. So he told the husband, please, honey, can you reverse me? Like, can you reverse me? I thought you would laugh. The whole idea was to get you to laugh. I'm happy I've gotten you to laugh. It's quite complex, a joke. So I'm happy you're laughing, because she was told that you don't say reverse back. So he said, honey, can you reverse me? Because she wanted the husband to scratch the back for her. He said, honey, can you reverse me? Let me acknowledge the presence of Honorable Hassan Suhini, MP for Tamale North. He's representing the African Parliamentarians Network Against Corruption. Thank you very much for showing up here. I'm talking plenty because I don't want us to leave. It's now that the room has become very excited. But unfortunately, the OSP sticks to time. And so I think I have the unfortunate pleasure of saying that the event has ended. There is nobody to give vote of thanks, but that will be all for us here. Do make time. And then I'm also told that there's the vice chairman of the Association of Parliamentarians Against Corruption, the same thing, is also here. Honorable KOFI Ajikum. Honorable, thank you. Thank you. We are happy to see MPs standing up against the corruption. As you can see displayed up there. Whoa. Someone touched something, so it's a pity. But I have the permission of the special prosecutor, unless the SP wants something to do. I have the permission to declare this occasion closed. Thank you all very much for coming. We have some refreshment outside, and it's also an opportunity for us to get to know each other, especially the special prosecutor. Thank you. we can take some pictures with the SV. If we can take some pictures with the SV at the background. If we do rearrangements, don't worry. Please, the SV would like to take some pictures with the dignitaries here. We can do it in front of the screen. SV, we are taking pictures in front of the